Thank you for that. Okay, so just like to welcome you all to Green Street's People-Powered Places, Our Neighbourhoods. So let's have a big cheer that we're all here today. Yay. Fantastic. And I would just like to welcome our colleagues and residents and participants online. So if you'd like to give us a wave, everybody online, if you can have your cameras on, it'd be lovely. Thank you very much. And can we give them the wave back at least? There we go. Lovely waves. Thank you very much. So today is very much, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so today is very much a celebration. Yeah, it's a celebration of the last 18 months of all the projects being voted on and being delivered. And we're here today to hear about the successes and some of the challenges and some of the achievements over the last 18 months. Okay, so thank you. So I'm just going to go through some bit of the boring stuff, a bit of housekeeping and why we're here, all those kind of things. So in terms of, I didn't introduce myself at the beginning. So my name's Saeed. I'm the area manager for the Plaistow and the Green Street neighbourhood. And this is the second event that we've delivered. We had a successful event last week in Plaistow, and now we're here in Green Street, which is the best neighbourhood in the borough. Sorry, I've got to say, I'm going to say, which is the best neighbourhood in the borough? Fantastic. I heard John's whisper there. I heard a little whisper about Plaistow. So thank you very much. So a bit of housekeeping. So in terms of housekeeping, as you're coming into the centre today, you were asked about photo consent. We would love to take photographs and keep a record of today's event. So for those who did not want to have their photograph taken, you would have been given a badge. So if you give photos throughout, so we've got Councillor Larissa and we've got Patricia. Patricia, if you could just wave at the back there. So Patricia is our official photographer today. So we're taking lots and lots of snappy snaps today. Okay. We have a BSL interpreter, Irina, here today. Does anybody need any BSL support today? If you could just let us know or a staff member know, that would be amazing. In terms of the room, in terms of people around the room, we've got staff members. So staff members, if you could just raise your hands. So we've got Afia at the back. We've got Sadia, Sadia at the back, the program coordinator, program manager, sorry. We've got Dilwa. Everybody knows Dilwa, don't they? Yeah. Dilwa, you get a big round of applause there. And who else do we have around the room? Just looking, we've got Andrew, we've got staff members in the room. We've got some volunteer support today. So our volunteer is out the back there. So please do say hello. I did also forgot to mention about we're not expecting a fire today. So if the fire alarm does go off, it's a real one. Staff members will make themselves known to you and will escort you out the back, out the front to the bus stop, and we will support you if we do. We've got teas and coffees and biscuits today. Oh, thanks, John. So please do help yourself, and that's in the room out the back. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I talked about photography, but in terms of photography, it's really important because we're looking to get this on social media, council website, and council promotional material. The schedule for today, so I'll give a quick overview. I'm going to try and rush through the boring stuff, me standing at the front speaking. We've got our councillors here today. So councillors, if you could just raise your hands. We've got a couple of councillors here, and also, we've got some councillors online. So hopefully we'll get to the councillors online. We have a wave. We ask Councillor Emma for a wave. He's giving himself a hand clap. And we've got Councillor Charlie McLean on the bottom right-hand side, who will be saying a few words a little bit later. Okay, we've also got today, you've got working group members, and I'll give an introduction to our working group members. And the main purpose of today is to hear from the project leads, all the people that you voted on, actually hearing about some of the successes, what has been the journey, what has been the challenges, and and some of those achievements. Okay, and then we've got an option, a process where we can ask questions to all the project leads, both online and also in the room. Okay, so the People Power Places started back in April of 2023. This is by far one of the largest participatory budgeting programs in the country, where your local authority, your councillors, your mayor has allocated £1.6 million to local community groups to deliver on community projects that help and support the residents here in Newham. This neighbourhood was given just over £200,000, and the projects that you voted on are around the room today. So what you might want to think about, where did this money come from? So the money comes from something called NSIL, which is Neighbourhood Infrastructure Levy. So what that means is when new developers come into the borough, there's a charge put on those developers to support some community initiatives. Okay, so I'm going to ask Dilwar. Where's Dilwar gone? Outside. He's going to get some chairs. I asked Dilwar to come and do this slide, so I will wait for him, or I'll move on to the next slide. So if someone, Ruth, if you could bring Dilwar through, I'm going to come back to this slide and we'll go to the next one. So we have got here, your Green Street neighbourhood has 3 wards. Each of those wards has a set of councillors who support Green Street East, Green Street West, and the Boleyn ward. So I'm going to ask the councillors in just a moment just to come to the front, but I'm going to ask Dilwar if he can come through and just go through this slide for us, please. Okay, Dilwar?
All right, thanks again for coming, everyone. I know it's a bit tight, but please with us. We're trying to get a few more chairs out there. So as far as we're concerned with the where we are with this cycle, year 1 was when the cycle started in April 2023. That's when we all started looking at what our priorities are in May, and which led to our solutions in July. So at this point, we're looking at project ideas, what the priorities are for the neighbourhoods. So these included things like priorities such as health and well-being, youth empowerment. We had community safety, and those were the 3 priorities that we went for in the Green Street neighbourhood. Moving on from that, project applications started coming in around June to September 2023, and project applications started coming in based on those priorities. In around November, we had the big vote. So that's when you all voted for the projects that you liked, and successful projects were then selected based on your votes. And in the second year of the cycle, we started delivering on those projects. And around about that time is when I joined my role in March, and projects started delivering from around January all the way up until now. In June, we had our project where we were all here celebrating, where you got to, and we all started learning about what the different projects are around the neighbourhood, how you guys are getting on. And now, moving forward, we're now at our neighbourhoods event in January, and now we're starting to collect all your evaluation forms. So for my project leads who have been chasing for evaluation forms, I'm going to carry on doing so until you get me those, and expect calls if you have not got those to me already. But this is the celebration part. We're looking at what you've achieved over the last year, what you've learned, and this is just the opportunity for everyone to go around, speak to you, find out how you've been getting on. And in March, we'll conclude and look forward to the next cycle. So hopefully that rounds up the cycle. Hope I've covered it all, and I'll pass it back to you, Syed.
Thank you very much for that. So can we give Dilwar a round of applause? So Dilwar's just recently joined our team, but is doing a phenomenal job. So thank you very much, Dilwar, for all the support. And he has been hassling all of you community leads to get all your paperwork and all your monitoring and all the auditing, which is all really exciting stuff, but it's really, really important as part of our governance process. So thank you very much for that. I'm going to ask our councillors if they wouldn't mind coming to the front, because these are your representatives for your neighbourhood. So I've got Councillor Harbinder, Councillor Larissa, and I know Councillor Amaverdi is online. So I'm going to first of all go over to Councillor Amaverdi first, and then I'm going to ask the other councillors.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to commend everybody that's been a part of this process. I remember working with the team and trying to help part of the working group. I had the chance to go to a few projects, and I want to commend everybody that's been involved, all the volunteers, all those that have participated. And just want to congratulate you all, because I think what I've seen with, as Saeed said, it is one of the best neighbourhoods, without a shadow of a doubt. Green Street neighbourhood, with all those involved and the level of diversity, and to help support the wider community. Without you and Dilavar and all those that have been a part of this, just want to thank you all again for coming tonight. And apologies I couldn't be there in person. But Councillor Larissa and Councillor Verdi and Councillor McLean are all here. And just want to thank you once again. Thank you very much.
You are allowed to give a applause there. Thank you. So I'm going to ask Councillor McLean to come and say something a little bit later, if that's okay, Councillor McLean. Or you can say now if you'd like to say a few words. No? Okay. Councillor, you've got a particular section where we're going to ask you to come out and speak to the front. Okay, so councillors. Okay, so sorry. Yep. So I'm going to ask the councillors. You don't all have to say anything, but I'd like the councillors at least to come to the front, so the residents at least can put a face to a name. Okay, let's give them a bit of a round of applause.
Hello everyone, I'm Councillor Larissa Zlikaja, Green Street East Ward. So happy to see you all here. So actually, I've been with many of you during the journey, but I think it's today for you to speak about your experience. If you ask me, I loved it. I loved it a lot, but I want to hear your feedback. So about your difficulties, problems, and about something that you loved more. So again, thank you so much for coming, and yeah, let's enjoy this celebration, because that is a celebration. Yeah, thank you.
I think a lot has been said, but I will say a couple more things. It's such a great event to see so many people here today. This is what makes it special, because community projects coming together for one thing, to deliver for our community. As Sad mentioned, the community infrastructure levy is partly for that. So for us to be able to deliver on that, seeing so many different faces, I've actually took part in a number of projects myself, which was really amazing. When I think back and say, did I actually dig up a few plants? I've never done that before, but I got the opportunity to do that and look at the mural as well. And went to another project, which was really amazing. So for us to be able to do that, it's amazing. We can only do it with the community. This is a community-led event, community-led event projects. And if the community keep on coming forward, we can say we are actually delivering for our community. Because in here, we are one community, which is the community of Newham. So we won't be able to do that. And I want to thank everybody for coming out today, old and young, who've come along today. There's somebody really young sitting over there, I can see. he was doing part of the digging as well, so obviously it's important. But more importantly, if there is opportunity for us to do that, we have to take that on board. And with more projects coming along, maybe next year, it'd be amazing. So if you want us to come along to any of your projects, please get in touch with Said or Dilbar. Obviously, it'd be important for us to come along to see what's going on. I'm not going to say a lot. I'll leave it to Councillor Collins.
Thank you, Councillor Vardy. Good evening and assalamu alaikum to everybody. Do you know, it's so good to see so many faces here. And people say we're not very good at listening. I'm here to listen. We're here to listen. And the fact that you're all here, you are ambassadors of rest of our residents. And Green Street West, Green Street East, and the surrounding of here, Boleyn. Do you know what? Each time I come to this centre, I get to meet so many of you. I'm usually based at Green Street Library when I run my surgeries, but that's like, I meet people one-to-one. But when I come here, it feels like home. I'm meeting my people. Okay, so I am here to listen, and it's a night for you guys. Okay.
Thank you very much. These are your councillors for the Green Street neighbourhood. So can we give them another round of applause? And thank you, Councillor Amaverde online. So we're going to go back onto the slides. And so we've got around the room here today, we've got 13 projects around the room. So who attended the Our Priorities event where you actually sat down and you looked at some of the concerns and some of the issues and how to prioritize those? Can we just raise your hands to see who attended that? Andrew, I would expect you to be there. Okay, so if we have a look, and I think Dilwar mentioned earlier that the priorities that have been highlighted for the Green Street neighbourhood was community safety, health and well-being, and youth empowerment. So each and every one of these projects today are looking at addressing one or more of those priorities. So when you do go around the room, please ask the project leads, which of those priorities did you meet? Because you voted on those particular projects. Thank you. Okay, so Green Street was allocated just over £202,000. And in terms of the project, remember some of these numbers because there's a little bit of a quiz a little bit later. So there was 366 projects put forward across the borough. So if you added the value of each of those, it comes to £4.6 million. That's a huge amount of funds. The council, the mayor, the new councillors allocated £1.6 million to this programme and just over £200,000 for the Green Street neighbourhood. 10,000 residents voted during the voting stage. And for Plaistow, we had a phenomenal amount of projects that were allocated, which were 13 projects. And they're all here today. Are all the projects are here today? I think so, yeah. Yep, fantastic, thank you. Okay. Throughout today's session, I've been hearing the phone going off. If you could please put your phones on silent, that'd be fantastic. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a quiz. All right. So 4,386. What do you think that number denotes for this program? Just have a guess. Go on, Celia. Participants, fantastic. So let's have a look what the answer is. So these were the engagements that were for residents who attended the People Power Places programs at the events. So that's a huge number. And that's an 86% increase from the previous year. 366, if you saw, oh, Farah? Application, that was quick off the mark. Yes, absolutely. So we have 366 applications. Okay, 10,000. Go on, Dirk. Oh, that's really, really good answer. So we had, okay, Farah's, you're not allowed to answer this anymore, but yeah, she's answered 2 in a row. Great answer, great answer. So it's 10,000 votes, yeah? So who voted for the 120 projects that were selected. Okay, and 91%, if you just go through that, 91% of residents found the People Power Places events easy to participate in, and 88% of residents felt that they were connected to their neighbourhood through this programme. So some really, really, really powerful bits of information and statistics there. So we went around and our colleagues went around and talked to residents and those who actually participated in the programme, so those who actually benefited from it. So I'm just going to take a couple. So this one is from a group in Stratford and West Ham. So I'm going to read this out to you. I look forward to Thursday. It keeps you connected with society because otherwise we're stuck at home and we feel like aliens. When you come here, you feel like you're part of the human race again. So this is around isolation and vulnerabilities. So very, very powerful there. We've got one from Green Street and we've got Magic Care Moments. Magic Care Moments, where's the group? at the back there. So this particular project supports special educational needs. So this is some feedback from the group saying everybody's quite understanding of his needs. He's developed a lot as well, especially before he starts secondary school. He's got that experience of sharing. So that is really, really powerful. Thank you. But we will put this up on the slide, so if you want to have a read through, please do. Okay, I'm whistling through this. Am I boring you yet? No? Excellent. Okay, so right at the beginning of the program, we recruited working group members. So the working group members are local residents. I remember Cedar used to be a working group member, so you've moved all the way from a working group member to being a project lead now. So it's a wonderful cycle. So in terms of the working group members, they ensured that the project kept on track. They went and visited the community projects and actually challenged some of the projects and why they're doing that, how they're delivering this, all those kind of things. So I would like to ask our working group members, if you'd like to just come to the front, please don't be shy, because you've been instrumental to the success of the People Power Places. Nishant, please come through the front. So can you give them a round of applause? These are local residents. Dilwar, have we got any other working group members? I'm just having a look online if we have any working group members online. Okay. Who's shy? Oh, no, Angela, come to the front. Okay, so the working group members have been really, really important in the success of this. So I'm not going to pick on anybody in particular. So I'm happy for you to say a few words about your experiences, only if you're happy to do that. Is that okay? So who would like to? Yep. Okay, session.
Hi everyone, I'm Snehashon. I'm a local resident and member of the working group. So while I wasn't present too much during the second cycle because of A-levels at university and all of that, I want to say that it's really kind of inspiring and groundbreaking seeing all the beautiful projects that we've got here. I remember when we were voting through on the different projects, and now to see all of that materialized in stuff that's beneficial for the community, it's just really good to see, you know, because all of us working group members, we've got one goal, and that's just, you know, we're local residents, we've been here for quite a while, or we haven't, you know, but we're just part of the community and we just want to give back to the community. So my deepest thanks to all of the project leads, all of the project members, everyone that's attended today. It's brilliant to see so many people attend, and 3 cheers to the community, I guess.
I'd say I've been here for like, I think 3 of the cycles. It's been great to see how we started, and then this year's have been even more projects that's come through, very interesting projects, and meeting working group members and talking about ideas and seeing a lot of wonderful things. So I think to me, it's been great to see the community coming together, delivering projects, meeting all the things, and seeing when you're walking on the road, you can notice over 3 years the things that has happened. And you know, we talk about younger people creating artwork, safety for women and children, some of the projects with sustainable fashion and living. It's been amazing to see. I think next year hopefully there will be some even more interesting ideas. And please, you're resident, you can come and join the group. I think we've been here long. We need some new members to join us.
Okay, I'm Ghulam Hafiz. I joined this community group in 2023. You see, what happened in our mind, we have lot of dreams that if I could get this time, I could do it. But when I come here, there are a lot of people are doing the same thing. That is amazing, because I personally couldn't do that, but some of our neighbor that we are living together in Green Street, they are doing this thing. So it is one type of my dreams comes true. If I couldn't come here, not joining here, I could miss it. But that's the amazing thing, and I enjoy. Today I took day off from my work to, attend this celebration. That is amazing. Thank you.
Okay, You don't all have to say anything. But again, just as I think Tarek just mentioned, we will be looking to recruit new working group members. So please do come and have a chat with the working group members if you're interested to actually find out how they've experienced it. But a huge thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you. I've almost come to the end of me talking. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to go around the room and if you can stick that mic. What we're going to do is we're going to go around the room and we're going to ask the project leads to give, I'm going to be very strict, a 2-minute update on their project. I know it's quite difficult. I know where we've got Rosina. I know Rosina, I'm going to keep you to a tight 2 minutes. Yeah, because Rosina does like to give lectures. Okay, so 2 minutes, but what will happen is that once we go into the marketplace, you'll have a lot more time to speak to each and every one of the groups. Does that sound okay to all the project leads? Yeah, they've all been briefed, so it's just a new thing. So I'm going to go around the room and
Shall we start from the back?
you can start from the back, you can start from anywhere. So who would like to go first?
Any volunteers to go first? Project leads? Yeah? All right.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nusrat. I'm a founding member and a chairperson of Fair and Share. We were selected by People Power Places to deliver our social welfare, health and well-being project. There were 4 elements to this project, which included Bollywood dance, self-defense, crochet classes, and our welfare benefit advice information and form filling service. I'm pleased to announce that we have exceeded our target by reaching in excess of over 226 participants. We have worked with 4 volunteers during this period who were very helpful, friendly, and supported us with the various tasks with this project. We value and are grateful for their contribution. The feedback we have received from participants shows that the projects delivered had a tremendous positive impact on people's social, physical, and mental health, as well as improving their well-being. The project have given participants opportunity to learn new skills, enhance their confidence around safety. The welfare benefit advice, information, and form filling service help to maximize Newham residents' income. And we supported 3 homeless who was housed, and 2 people gained employment through us. Now I'll pass you on to Nicola, who is one of the participants.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My mother and myself had the privilege and blessing of attending the self-defense classes held here at the centre last year. We thoroughly enjoyed the classes, which were held in a safe environment and taught by a very nice teacher who was also a black belt in martial arts and self-defense. We found each class to be fun, friendly, engaging, informative, also educational. The classes also helped us to meet new people socially, improve our fitness and confidence levels and to new heights, and to teach us some valuable life-changing skills, which have made us feel less vulnerable and empowered and safer as a group of women that attended. So thank you very much.
What inspired me the most was hearing one of the participants who attended crochet classes. She suffered a stroke prior to joining the classes, and which impacted her coordination. After having attended the classes, it was reported that the participant coordination has improved during the course of the sessions. We also received a feedback from one of the participants who not only enjoyed learning self-defense, but was also keen to pass on the knowledge gained to and skills to her family members. And I would like to say thank you to all people who have helped supported project, including participants, volunteers, management committee, teachers, sessional staff. Finally, I would like to say a big thank you to PPP for giving us an opportunity by funding us to deliver this project. And I would like to say huge thank you to the neighborhood team for their support, understanding, as well as the people who has voted for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nusrat. That was amazing. Thank you. I've just got to say, we've got Chris. Chris, just give everyone a wave. So Chris is going around doing a bit of filming. So for the people down here, they can't actually see what's going on. So we've actually got it on the screen as well. So that's technology live in action. So thank you very much for that, Chris. We're going to now move on to the next group. Mr. Shakob.
Hello, guys. My name is Abdul, and we run a new stroke club. We've been 25 years in March. The club has been running. And one of the problems at that time was that we couldn't find a space in this place. And he got the center from the center, Cathedral Center. Our project for our stroke members was to raise some money, and people are out to seaside, which is very difficult to take coaches with people with disabilities. Ordinary coaches, very simple for us. We had 2 outings, and we took all our wheelchair members, and thanks to this grant. Otherwise, some of our members have never been to seaside, especially with disabilities. Our membership is increased by 15%. Our weekly members, we get around 30 people. So we have to ask the council to make the centre slightly bigger to get people in there, because the wheelchairs take some space. And when you got 30 people, it's difficult, because around 60 members, and we get increased by supplied by the NHS, local GPs, and the other members come from NHS physio service. And Newham, it covers the whole of Newham. It's just not the Green Sheet area. Our members travel from all of Newham, and they don't have a transport. They have to pay their own transport by dial-a-cab. The grant that we received was very neat for us, especially with our equipment. We got some of the bands, and we do 1 hour, we do exercises, and we can welcome anybody to turn up and join our classes. Most of them find it very difficult to get these members to do the exercise. And also we had yoga for an hour, which unfortunately is going to be ended by next month. But like I said, we've been here 25 years, the Stroke Club. And like I said, if you're around this area, pop around on Wednesdays. We're here from 1 to 2, and come and visit us.
Great, thank you very much.
Any questions?
We're going to have questions a little bit later, Mr. Shakur. So thank you very much for that. And I think there's a reoccurring message there about space. Look at the centre today; it's packed. Yeah. So go to your councillors and say, we want a bigger space. Okay, councillors. I'm going to go over to. Yep. Okay, no problem. So we're going to go. Yep. So we'll go to the next group.
Okay. humanity online.
Hi everyone, can you hear me at the front? Hi, I'm Taskin Salim, I'm from Subco Trust, the Chief Executive, and we were based in Plashet Road for over 31 years, and unfortunately in the middle of the project we had to move to Stratford, but our heart is always in Green Street. We are a borough-wide service, so we meet the needs particularly for Asian elders and family carers, and our project was around health, well-being, home and heritage. And originally we were going to do a mural at our building in Plashet Road, but because we found we had to move, instead we came up with some beautiful canvases, which we've exhibited at the back, to talk about the work we did in terms of health and well-being, reducing isolation and loneliness. We did some sessions at Catherine Road Community Centre, at Homaragar, in Plashet Road, and also at Green Street Library, to collect your stories and your feelings about living in the area, and most importantly, your recipes. So I'm just going to hand over to Darshana, who did some of the other work on the team.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Darshana Latigra, and I'm an NHS health coach. I'm very grateful to the People Power Places and Taskin for bringing me into this health and well-being project. I worked as a health coach and did health checks for the community. So we not only worked with the elders who were coming to the Subco Center, but we also, as Taskin said, worked with the wider stakeholders. We did health checkups before and after the project, and we found some tremendous improvement in blood pressure levels, weight. We did coaching, we signposted to activities and services by the GP and other wider health teams in the borough. And as Taskin said, we had the recipe book as a brilliant outcome, and the mural, and we did some gardening projects, dementia. So yeah, and I would like to say we not only met but exceeded all our targets, and we're really happy about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And we'd just like to say thank you very much to all the participants, particularly the Filipino group. Are you here today? Yeah, we've made some really good connections, and they've been coming to lots of our events as well. It's been fantastic. And thank you very much to all the counsellors, the services, and also particularly Dilara and Saeed for all your fantastic support during a very difficult time. So thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Taskin and Darshana. Go on to the next group.
Hi. Hello, hi. I'm from Horizon. So our project was aimed at youth empowerment. And the way we did this, so we hosted over a period of 25 weeks, we had weekly sessions targeted towards about 30 to 35 young people. And each session we had a different focus. So we had things like discussing mental health. We had things like financial literacy and budgeting. We had building up independent living skills, sessions on like what a healthy relationship looks like. So kind of a range of sessions aimed at kind of all round centered. And we also kind of like took them out on a lot of external activities and trips. So we took them camping, we took them go-karting in a kind of bid to strengthen the relationships with each other, but also like try and encourage that engagement. Because I would be lying if I said it was all smooth sailing. Like, as you can imagine, with young people, we did struggle with the engagement. It helped that we offered pizza most weeks, but we also used a lot of the sessions to talk about like what they wanted to see and what they wanted to do and what they think they would benefit most from. So to center it around them, just so that we did have that. With working with external agencies, we also tried to bring in people that were really relatable to them. So we tried to bring in professionals who are from very similar backgrounds, professionals that the young people could actually relate to, because that's when we felt like makes the most difference, and that's when the young people would really engage and they'd be like encouraged to have those very open conversations. It was really nice and quite emotional to see like over the period of 25 weeks, the growth in the young people. Also the like trusting, supportive relationships that we built with them. And I guess we hope that now they go out into the community and they spread all the lessons they've learned to their peer groups. So thank you to everyone that voted for us. It wouldn't have been possible without you guys.
Thank you very much. So that's the new seventh Scouts. So I'd like to thank Ilyas and Usman who led the project with the young people. So what we do find with People Power Places, engaging with the younger population. So these are some of the initiatives that we want to embrace and bring forward. And we do have a number of youth projects here today. So please do have a chat with them as we're going around. Can you take the next group, please?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Rahman. I started my club on 2022. Actually, my son got autistic. So for him, actually, I try to make it for all to join one club. It's a art and craft. And from there, Green Street Library and Catherine here also we done some conference also about behavior, speech therapies, and nutrition. And Green Street Library, we run a club on every Tuesday, art and craft, Monday, music and dance. Say, actually, it's thanks a lot for Green State Library. Actually, this busy time, they give me a big space for kids to do the art and craft, and I run myself, and I have some few volunteer. Say, kids actually make their lots of friends there. They spend quality time. It's actually help for them, like motor skill. We try to give them because I'm an artist myself, so I give them some clay, massive thing actually. Say they make friends, they play and take it home, and they actually continue. You know, all in any bad weather, good weather, they all time is there. Say it's really this project actually helped us a lot to actually run smoothly on this project. Thank you, Green Street Library and Catherine Road. So these actually we organize every 2 months here as a conference for autistic kids for any kind of facilities they want. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Piara. My colleagues Shiraz and Uzma. We were doing the Empowerment to Women and Girls projects. So we're looking around how we can empower women and girls. We did initially start with different projects, but once we got the PPP funding, it was so helpful. But I did used to come here to do some Pilates classes, but for me personally, I just didn't feel it was discreet enough place because the doors were open, anyone can walk in. And so we requested Ibrahim Masjid to give us a space. And we started off with a small room. Once we got our foot in the door with Ibrahim Mosque, we saw our classes were getting bigger and bigger. We started with like 7-8 people turning up, and then we had like 12, 13. And now every week we have like 18 to 20 women. It's like a drop-in session. There's no red tape around it, like it's free. You know, it's not about, are you on benefits or you're not, you have to come this week, or you didn't come last week, or, 6 sessions only, not like that. It's a drop-in session and women feel so comfortable coming, and it's a very secluded, nice space. And we advertise it everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, all the social media platforms. And we've got a very healthy group going on. This is our instructor that we nabbed from New York Council that she originally did, but she'll say a few words about that project, and then Shiraz about the next project. Go on, Usman.
Do you want me to go? Okay. Some of you may know me. My name's Uzma. I do teach the Pilates here as well on a Monday morning. So I was here this morning. Yes, it is a lovely group that I teach, and I'm very honoured at the masjid. The feedback from the women is it's a safe place. That's the main thing. They feel safe, and so I run a Pilates class, but it's more than that, because I'm finding now that women want to share their stories, be it if they've got a back problem and how it developed over the years, be it maybe they've got some problems at home. So we also share stories if they want to. I don't say, oh, we've got to talk about anything, but they feel very comfortable. But going back to the Pilates, it's not that I go in and say, okay, ladies, we're just doing a class. I explain why are we here? Why are we doing these moves? What are the benefits? And if you are not attending class, you can do some of these exercises at home in a safe manner. So we gradually work through the exercises. And sometimes they'll say, well, Uzma, can you focus more on, I don't know, we've got more back issues, or we've got, like, someone says, or a lot of the ladies say, we've got tight shoulders. And like, okay, I'll do the hour on that. But the main thing is that the women are happy. They're actually learning something, and sometimes actually I learn off them, because sometimes we touch on nutrition, then we touch on diet and food, and how can we look younger, for example. And that's not through creams, it's through yoga and Pilates. But at the end of the day, I do see different women, all walks of life, and I, as I said, I'm very humbled that I get to do this every week, and it's something I absolutely love. So I'm very lucky in the job I do, is that I love my job. So thank you, guys. Thank you.
Sorry, but just one more thing that comes from that funding as well is the community engagement awareness.
Hello. So Masjid Ibrahim, we also hosted a 2-day remarkable community engagement workshop for women. Over 50 women from a variety of backgrounds and age attended. The participants felt like inspired, motivated, and they were brimming. So we are looking forward to running another workshop again, so that they can continue, developing their ideas, their skills back into the community. Thank you.
Next Sunday, so all the women and girls here, please do attend. Sorry, next Sunday is the next one. It's in the morning. Yeah, it starts at 10 o'clock and it will finish around about 5 o'clock. Yeah, no, this is just a one-off. So do come, and we just talk about any problems in the community and how to go about the right way to solve it in a community, in a group, whether we need to approach our counsellors or how we need to go about it. Empowering women, don't sit at home and just suffer it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. So that's the UKIM Masjid. So we've heard around the room so far, we've gone through half of them so far, and there's some really powerful projects and some really positive outcomes and achievements. So we're going to move on to the next project, and that is EPIC.
Hello all. Warm welcome to you all, except that one person who said plaster was the best wards. Don't worry, Said, I'll stick to a 2-minute limit because I'm nervous. So EPIC, I represent EPIC. We're a group of volunteers, and we're based on one philosophy and philosophy only, which is get people outdoors. So in 2024, we delivered 6 large community events and reached over 300 people. We done 2 day trips to Hastings and Stonehenge. We done 2 residentials, and well, I can't remember the other 2 things that we did. It'll come to me. But over in the residentials, the idea is we get people who are so disconnected from the outdoors. We take them into the countryside, into the greenery, into the cliffs. Well, not into the cliffs, but to the cliffs. And the idea there is that they reconnect to nature, and this has proven over and over again that it increases their physical and mental well-being. It decreases anxiety and depression, which nervously I have right now, and all sorts of goodness that come about from people just being connected to nature again. Because in Newham, we don't often see green places, or we see green places, but they've got syringes in them. So we take them far out into Hastings, we climbed Mount Snowdon. We take them into the Peak Districts, and just over the weekends in our residentials, they kind of reconnect. And we do a whole range of activities such as yoga, physical, female classes, and wrestling for the guys. We done baking sessions. We done a mental health awareness workshop. We had an expert, a marriage counselor, come in and talk about why there's so many broken families and what effects marriage has, or sort of partnership has, on children and ASB in the community. And we had an expert in educational philosophy come in and talk to parents about their philosophy when approaching the role of a parent with their kids. All sorts of things, like not saying no, but instead saying, okay, how about something else instead? So we did all of this in 2024, and the idea there is that people, when they come away, they feel reconnected to nature, and that's what we're all about. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Hussein, from the EPIC community group. So next time, Seva, if you get any more of those projects, I'd encourage you to invite all our councillors to climb Mount Everest. And yeah. So you're gonna do Ben Nevis, Scaffold Pike, Snowdon. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so thank you very much for that project. We're going to move swiftly on to Newham Community Project and the IMRA project. Sorry, I'll get
Yeah. Yep. I'm just going to say a few words, well, more than a few words, but then I'll pass it over to my team. So say it's given me minor anxiety. I'm on a 3-minute timer, but this year has flown by. It's gone so quick. We've supported over 400 women in Newham in the last year. We started the IMRA project as a community-led initiative to address some of the barriers and challenges to violence and sexual offences. We ran fortnightly community conversations to understand what those issues are, and this led to a lot of conversations. There was experiences shared about adverse childhood experiences where children domestic violence home are growing up with adverse childhood experiences and parents are not knowing how to cope. So we ran a summer youth camp for 6 weeks. Then there was issues around cultures, like cultural misunderstanding and support services not understanding. So to address these challenges, we ran 4 weekly cultural awareness and appropriateness workshops. Then to empower victims and survivors, we ran language classes, calm workshops, and currently we're coming to the end of a 12-week culturally appropriate leadership course. We also ran Q&A sessions with new partners, other partners, including the Met Police, UCL and UEL. We ran workshops for anti-racism and anti-hate crime, not only for ourselves, but also for other voluntary organisations in Newham. By far not least, we have a women's hub. The women's hub is a weekly drop-in service for women facing imminent issues, and we signpost them to statutory and other services that can actually provide some help. But I'm just going to pass it over to my team.
I'm Amina and Zamzam. We work for the Newham Community Project and we've helped to run IMRA, which means women. We're trying to empower women and to uplift them to get them out of the box that they're supposed to be in. Through running these programs, we've seen a lot of connection, a lot of growth. It's been a really fulfilling and incredible journey. And we really hope to keep continuing it and making a big, good difference in people's lives.
Hi, I'll just take a few part of that. We had a guest speaker named Andy Chloe, and it was an amazing session. He thought about the key takeaway he has gave us is that self-awareness, self-regulations, and social awareness in leadership, and that brought all of us like to bring what the leadership holds in our each and every seconds of our lives. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the support.
Okay, thank you very much. And just to say that the Newham Community Project are very well embedded into not just Green Street, but the whole borough, and some amazing projects you've been delivering over the period of years. So thank you very much for that. We're going to move over to Farah.
Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Farha, and I'm here, the project lead for Stitching for Wellbeing, powered by People Powered Places. And I'd like to thank all the people who have voted for us, and I feel privileged to stand here and speak about the success of the project. This is the first time I'm doing this project, and thank you, Dilawar, and thank you, Saeed, for helping me throughout the project. And we had 15 to 20 people participants every time we had delivered the sessions, and it was fun to have people to learn things. And it started with a scratch of teaching basic things to the people and ended with good outcome. All the people who attended the session had said that ended the session with the flying colors, and look forward to have more good sessions with this. Thank you very much.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Okay, we've almost come to the end. We've just got a few more groups. We've got 4 more groups, so we're going to move on to the Filipino group with their mural. We don't know the Filipino here, do we? Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for this lovely celebration. So interesting to meet all these interesting, beautiful groups and projects. First of all, thank you very much for voting for our project wall mural painting here in KRCC. The decisions of the designs and colors were made during a 3-day workshop attended by about 20 people, the Filipino group, with our hired artist, Will Redgrave, who spent over 2 weeks painting the main wall and back garden and the back garden surrounding walls. The garden has been transformed into a place of peace and tranquility. All participants have increased confidence and well-being by taking part in workshop and paintings. This was a unique opportunity and was a great experience for all involved. The paintings have made the entire garden area more welcoming, attractive, and appealing for the visitors and staff. The project delivery was smooth and compact. The third-party bank were very hopeful. So I thank you, everyone. Everyone is welcome to visit.
Thank you. So I would really encourage everybody during the daytime, come and have a look at the community garden and what has been achieved. Where's Will? Will, if you should stand up. So Will is the community artist. And it's amazing the transformation that has occurred here at Catherine Road Community Centre. So please do pop in anytime and come and have a look. It's actually increased the square footage of the community centre, and we can actually use the outside space during the summer months to have picnics and activities. So please do come. So thank you very much for that project. We're now going to move on to Jojo and your community project.
Hello. Thank you very much. And anyway, first and foremost, I would like to thank everybody who voted for this project. Oh, I'm the representative of 108 Social Project Lead. And 108 Social Project is aimed to uncover a local artist in Newham by providing a platform that inspires and builds confidence to improve their fine art skills. So we started with a lecture for a day about the heritage of Newham. And then to accomplish this, mentoring was offered through a series of workshops. And then it was followed by a series of workshops that pertains about the heritage, the sites, and the importance of history of Newham for the participants. And we have here our mentor that mentor the young people, participants. Well, in that first lecture alone, we have like 100 participants there. So that's how we targeted it. But basically, we just want to uncover those hidden talents. Additionally, a local tours, landmarks, civic buildings, and heritage sites in Newham was organized to educate each participant about the borough's rich history. So we had this coach tour around Newham, and we visited the heritage site, St. Mary's Church, Jewish Cemetery, and a lot. You'll be surprised. There's a lot there. That Newham's got very rich history. An arts appreciation took place at the various galleries across London. Also, we also what you call this, exposed them to galleries like Royal Academy of Arts, Tate Modern, and the Cube. And this experience ultimately contributed to their final artworks. The project's climax is an exhibition in the Green Street Library for a month. And we have these People's Choice Awards wherein the community and we had like 400 to 500 participants. And then we chose a winner from there. We called People's Choice Award. And then after that, I think by November, the exhibition finished, and of course we awarded the best works. Some of them is here. We actually doubled the target number that we proposed, but successfully we doubled it. And then we also widened the search, wherein we scouted talents from different schools and organizations. The project, and so that's it basically. And then so we give them the winners, and then now the 3 winners we already submitted to the Royal Academy for submission.
Thank you very much for that, Jojo. So Green Street is well known for its arts, culture, fashion, jewelry, and this project just supports the heritage of Newham and Green Street. So thank you and well done, Jojo and your team. Okay, so we've got 2 more projects left. Oh, thank you, Councillor. I got a little round of applause there. Okay, so we're going to hand over to Celia. So just before Celia starts, Celia was a working group member. I think I mentioned right at the beginning, was a working group member a couple of years ago. So you've now gone full circle. So we're looking forward to hearing about your project.
Hi, so there's a group of us who are going to be giving this speech. So it's great to have the opportunity to see so many members of our local community and to be able to update you all on our project. We really wanted to maximise the outcomes from the funding opportunity. So we had a really quite ambitious plan, running a range of sustainability classes and events, building and planting Newham's first food forest with a rainwater harvested passive irrigation system, installing 2 large raised beds using wood that has undergone a heat treatment preservative process instead of any chemicals.
We're also happy to report that last year we delivered 14 sessions that have included fashion upcycling, reducing food waste, plant-based cooking sessions, sustainable product advice, and food seed starter giveaway events. The majority of the food forest has now been planted. We just have some final planting to do in 2025 with plants that weren't available last year. And for anyone who's unfamiliar with food forests, they're a closed-loop perennial food growing system, which supporting plants providing essential nutrients to the rest of the plants. And this is the first food forest in Newham, which once it matures, will provide residents with a wide variety of berries, perennial vegetables, herbs, and many of which are quite rare.
We have also completed the installation of rainwater harvesting system with 2 watering butts connected to the centre's guttering system, with pipework travelling underground and along the fence to the food forest out front. In the coming weeks, we will install the passive irrigation system with the addition of part-paved walkways to make it safe and easy to access the planting areas. This provides water security in the hot summer months, which only needs to be monitored by volunteers once a week.
We will also bring the heat-treated accessible raised beds on site soon, which we will use to run some sessions on organic annual food growing during the 2025 growing season. The project will be completed with the installation of signage for the food forest on the front fence and a planting plan in the foyer. We have already run a block of 10 fashion upcycling classes. We will, however, be adding a couple more sessions during the spring for the previous attendees to come again and finish off their projects. We will also be adding more family sustainability sessions in around May, June time that will include a special launch event for the whole finished project.
Over the course of our project, we've had 140 participants, including volunteers and group members assisting. We're grateful to everyone who's participated, including on the food waste reduction and the plant-based cooking classes. If you're interested in attending the family sustainability sessions or the annual food growing classes, please email us at info@climatechange.org. And if you, ClimateUChange, yeah, you'll get it. And if you didn't get that, you can come over here and get it from over here. Yep.
The same goes for expressing your interest in the food forest being created for the local community. We invite you to participate, learn, and be part of this sustainable food growing space. Finally, if you like what we are doing and your values align with ours, then please speak to one of us or drop us an email. We're a climate change education group who believe in the power of community action to tackle this crisis which faces all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Celia. So that truly brings greening into Green Street. So it's amazing. We've got one more project, but again, there's going to be an opportunity for all of you to speak to each of the group leads. I believe we've got one more project lead online, and is that the Hope for Humanity group?
Yes.
Okay, Simone, is that correct?
It is, yes.
Hi, Simone. So the floor is
Hi.
yours.
Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. Sorry I couldn't be there in person. Just had another meeting that just ran over a bit too late. So as I said, I'm representing Hope for Humanity. And in our project, we dealt with young ladies and it was a female, so it was young teenagers and female and ladies. And we taught in that we had a nutrition session where we talked about healthy eating and we showed them how to prepare healthy meals. And that you don't have to prepare a healthy meal at a very expensive cost, because a lot of people find that eating healthy, they think that it's going to cost them a fortune. So we had workshops showing how you can actually have healthy meal and still be able to afford it. We had Zumba sessions. We had, I think, 3 months where we had Zumba session where the ladies were able to come in, they have their Zumba session. We also did yoga. And for the young kids, we had media training where we had a professional person came in and did lots of training, teaching them how to use the internet safely, where parents was able to see as well that how to prevent kids from going on certain sites. They were taught how to make simple website that they can take off into school and were able to teach to other colleagues and friends. Most of our ladies really enjoyed we had martial art training, and they found that really very good for them because it helped them that they felt a bit more safe going out on the streets when it was getting darker. And at the time when we were doing our sessions, it was a time when there was a stabbing in the park, and a lot of people was a bit scared at that time. And being able to attend these self-defense classes, they felt a bit more secure, a bit more confident going out. Also, we had lots of one-to-one session where we just have times where I myself was running these sessions where we had people was able to just come and just to talk about what's on their mind. And again, I've heard another group said that you'd be very interested to hear some of the things that the ladies share. And just to know that ladies have a voice. Because a lot of time I think they think that ladies hasn't got voice, but it was just really good for people to share experiences. And especially for myself, that's from a different background, different community. And we got along so well and everyone just felt like they were part of the community. So that was really good. We really had a good time with that. Our young kids enjoy the karate sessions. And again, I said, it was just all about self-defense, how to protect yourself, how to eat healthy, and just having a time of doing exercises because everyone is watching their weight. So it was really good. And then after we had all those sessions, we had lovely times where we just sit and had a meal together. And I think a lot of people enjoy that. We found that the husbands, they would join after the sessions. The husbands, they would come and they would enjoy a meal with the family. And it was all nutritious meals. We had weekends where some of the ladies would bring a dish in and just sort of show how you make that dish. As I said, we have different cultures that was there, and it was just really a good time of just spending time together with the community and just seeing how different people live in the community. So yes, we really enjoyed it. So I want to say thanks to everyone that voted for us. We really appreciate you giving us the opportunity to serve the community and to do what we do at Hope for Humanity. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Simone, from Hope for Humanity. So we've now heard from all of the 13 projects, and I've got to say, absolutely amazing, emotional, touching, and those achievements are just phenomenal. So we are now, let's give everybody a round of applause, first of all, for all the projects that have been delivered. We are now going to go online. Anna, I'm going to ask if there's any questions from any of the online participants.
Well, we've had a few comments just saying how amazing all the projects sound, particularly Stroke Group and a Magic Moments Care Club. We had a question from Katie saying, I really appreciate the online experience. It felt very inclusive. Wonderful to see how the community are coming together and supporting each other. These groups are so important. It would be wonderful to know which groups are continuing. So are there any groups that have, oh yeah, I'll ask the next question. Any groups that are continuing after the PPP funding's finished? Oh.
To bring their hands up, so we've got Sustainable Fashion and Living and the New Food Forest, Climate You Change. We've got the Stroke Club. We've got Newham Community Project IMRA. We've got Magic Care Moments. We've got Subco. Fair and Share. So
trying to do the math there.
Every single project.
Great. That's amazing. And
Right.
we just had one other question for Climate You Change. We just wanted, what was your email address again?
Thank you. It's climate, you, as in the word, Y-O-U, change.org.
What's your email address, though? Is that your website?
Sorry, this is not the best response. info@climateyouchange.org, and you, the word again.
Okay,
So
great.
info@climateyouchange.org. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Syra wants to get involved. But that's it from us online. Oh, and Simone said Hope for Humanity is now doing Warm Havens. So that's great. Right.
Great. Thank you for our participants online. So we're going to now go around the room. So if there are any, I think Mr. Shakur asked if there were any questions earlier. So Dilwar's got the mic. So if there's any questions for the group leads, not the group leads, to give some feedback. So do we have any questions from around the room? Please do not be shy. We're in safe space here. I've got one, but Dirk, you're going to only have one. So I remember last time you had about 4. So Dirk, we're going to give you one question. Make it a good one.
How many people have joined people power places over from 2012 to 2025?
Right. I know that answer precisely. What we will do, we will go back and we will circulate all the people that have joined the People Power Places program, because we have that in our evaluation. I'm not going to ask, you're not allowed to ask any more questions. Put us on the spot there. But we'll get back to you.
I might know that.
Oh, Anna. There we go. Sorry, we've got Anna. We've got someone who knows the answer.
Was the question how many people have been involved in People Powered Places from 2018 to now? Was that the question?
It's going to be 2018 because that's when the program started. So
I think, okay, this is an approximate, but I think it's around 50,000. But that does not include the people who have been involved in projects in this cycle, because we're still counting that. So a lot of residents have been involved.
So that's an approximation of 50,000 since we started the program back in 2018. That's phenomenal. That's a huge number, plus the numbers from this year, which Anna said that we're adding up at the minute. Okay, any more questions from around the room? Oh, we've got a gentleman the questions are to the project leads. Yeah. So we've got a gentleman with the glasses.
Thank you for giving me opportunity to ask the question. It's a very lovely meeting. my question is, I heard about all the projects, which is very good. But one thing I feel about it, there is no any particular for older male people's projects. I mean, mostly ladies' projects over here, but not particularly any males, old people's. And yeah, a part of only the the guy like stroke person. The rest is mostly female.
Right, so that's a very fair comment there. So from the projects around the room today, who accepts older males to their group? So raise your hands. So we've got quite a few groups here today. But again, these are some of the comments. But please do go around the rooms. Subco, the Climate U Change, the EPIC. Have a conversation with those guys. But also for the next round of People Power Places, we want groups to put project ideas forward that people want. So very excellent question there. Okay, so we've got Uzma. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. So Dilwar, do you want to give a quick overview of the Wednesday project here, very quickly?
The Tuesday.
The men's project.
The GAG session, right? Yeah. So we have a men-only exercise class. It's quite light exercise aimed at elderly or elder men. So if you're more than welcome to join that. That's every Tuesday from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
Thank you. Thank you, Dilwar. Councillor Mumtaz has a question.
Basically, I start coming over here in this center. It is over 50 groups for the mostly is for the male. So it's amazing, and I would like to increase that group with more variety and more versatile. So I have many ideas, but the issue is there is no any platform to talk to the people who can help me out and increase this club more energetically. Yeah.
So thank you very much for that comment. Please do, in the break time, speak to myself or Dilwar, and we will have a conversation with you. Yeah, we'll try our best to support. Any more questions before we go into the marketplace?
One more here.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name's Sophia. I'm from Supporting Humanity. We've just started running an over 60s club here on a Tuesday from 11 o'clock till 1 o'clock, even though we were running the same club just further down on the same road. So my question is, or my suggestion is that we're all trying to benefit the community in some way or another, right? We're all trying to help people that are vulnerable or elderly or, they're isolated in some respect. So my question is, would you amazing artists, creative people be able to share some of your skills with some of our elders that come to our group? And likewise, if there's anything that we can do to help any of the other groups, I think it's all about teamwork and cohesiveness and trying to see how we can benefit each other's groups. So, for example, we have people that are very creative in our over 60s group. We have exercises. Every session has an exercise. We have a debate, discussion. We have people coming in to teach the over 60s how to jumpstart a car, for example, or how to use a drill. We don't want to just do knitting and crocheting, the standard stuff, right? We want to teach them other skills, computer skills, how to use a mobile phone, that sort of thing as well. So it's all about working together. And I was just wondering if there's anybody that might want to come and share some of their amazing skills with us on a Tuesday morning.
Great, thank you very much for that. Just like to also to welcome Councillor Mehmed Mirza, who's our Bowling Ward Councillor. Like I also saw you came in earlier.
That's a really nice wave as well.
Fantastic. So, any last questions? Oh, Councillor Mumtaz.
Yeah, I just think.
Okay, so we're going to go to EPIC, Councillor Mumtaz, then we're going to go back online to Councillor McLean.
So I just want to add on to what Sophia mentioned. I think it's very important that we heard from a lot of projects and they're all doing amazing stuff for their respective communities. I think going forward, if for those who are going to continue, I would love to collaborate, and I think we should have more of a partnership. So, for example, the Newham Stroke Club, if you want to come outside and climb Mount Snowdon with us, you're perfectly welcome to. Why not? So, and I would personally love, you know, the sort of self-defense classes taking place in sort of idyllic, serene locations. So what we're doing is we're benefiting both our communities, but most of all, we're breaking the sort of social barriers that we've created within our own communities. So two groups coming together would then sort of break the barriers that they have and would improve the socialization between them. So yeah, absolutely. I think Sophia was bang on when she said that we should definitely start partnership work, and we all have our expertise. If we put them expertise together, we can just be a much better, well-oiled machine. Thank you.
Thank you very much there, Husaifa. So it's all about today is all about networking. So please do network. And Councillor Mumtaz, last one over to Councillor Mumtaz.
I'm not going to repeat anything. I think the gentleman over there just said it. Collaboration. Sophie, it's an excellent idea. I just think we need to make some sort of a platform where those groups that want to collaborate, work together, perhaps a space here to come back, sit down, back to the table and look at what projects could work together, because that would also maximize your resource and time. Yeah.
Thank you, Councillor Mumtaz. So that's something we'll take away. One more? Okay, last one.
I just want to say that speaking about men and inclusivity, when we talk about violence and sexual offences, not just women, our workshops, our classes, we've had several men and some of them victims of domestic violence as well and other violent and sexual offences. So you're welcome to attend any of our workshops as well. I can share the details.
Thank you, Rosina, and we'll put that out in our next newsletter as well to reach out. So I'm now going to go online, and we have an amazing councillor, Councillor Charlene McLean, Cabinet Member for Resident Engagement and Resident Participation, who leads the People Power Places programme from across the borough. So Councillor McLean, over to you.
Hi, good evening, everybody. It's so amazing to hear all of the wonderful projects that have been happening in the Green Street neighbourhood. And so can we just give ourselves a big round of applause again, because it's just been amazing. Great stuff. Well, it's been really great being online, because it's just like being in the room, because Chris has been there with his camera going around. He's been able to see all of the projects. But I know that we've overrun slightly, so I'll be really brief with my remarks. But I just wanted to say a big thank you to all of the working group members, because, you know, without them, you know, this process will be a lot more difficult. So thank you to the working group members, and also all of the residents who put in project ideas, the project leads who were successful, and all the residents who actually voted for the projects, because without them voting and participating and getting involved in the programme, it just wouldn't be what it is. I also wanted to say thank you to the Neighbourhoods team, because they do go above and beyond to help all of the residents and to help this process to go forward. But as Saeed said, you know, this is one of the largest participatory budgeting exercises in the country, and it is really, really special what we do here in Newham. This was started in 2018, as was mentioned, and that was a brilliant question from the young person there, that actually over 50,000 people have been engaged in this process, which was pioneered by your Labour administration here in Newham. So just, I wanted to say thank you so much, and everybody, please, you know, there's going to be another cycle that it will be going to cabinet. Our cabinet paper will be going next month to hopefully agree and the next cycle of People Power Places. So put in your project ideas, tell your neighbours, your friends to get involved. You know, you can either be a project lead, you can put your ideas forward, but it's an amazing opportunity to be part of your community. So thank you so much once again, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor McLean. So let's give a bit of a louder round of applause. Come on, that's quite muted. Thank you, Councillor McLean. So we've now heard from all the project leads, your working group members, your councillors. And now this next part of the evening is called Marketplace. So what this now means, so I'm just going to say goodbye to our online participants. So big wave to everybody online. Good. Thank you very much. Take care now. Okay, so the next part of the process, when you came into the centre, you were given a bingo sheet. Okay, do you all have that? Can you just wave that for those, not the project leads, for the residents? You